There are various biblical and mythological origin of language. And first is the Tower of Babel, which exemplifies three aspects of early thought about language. First, it is a divine interest, control over its use and development. Second, a recognition of the power it gives to human relations to their environment. And third is an explanation of linguistic diversity. Also, the Hindu world tree, where each branch fell a water tree began to grow, and with it a new language and culture for humankind. Also, the death of Wururi, which is the different original tribes and their languages were a product of eating a different body part, meaning with each tribe eating a different part of her body, they came away speaking different language and more. And so like Norse mythology, Arab mythology, and the East American mythology. The origin of language has never failed to provide subject for speculation. Its inaccessibility to provide further investigation, rather fascination, are seen in later years to be probable reasons why there come up other theories concerning language, such as language theories, the Bow Wow theory, the Pooh Pooh theory, the Ding Dong theory, the You, He, Who theory, the Tata theory, the Sing Song theory, and the Hey You theory. Signs can take many forms. They can be words, sounds, numbers, photographs, painting, and road signs, and many more. And according to Ferdinand de Saussure, the founder of semiotics, saw signs as the basic unit of meaning, and he defined two parts of signs. First is the signifier, which is the form of a sign. It might be a sound, a word, a photograph, or a facial expression. Next is the signified, which is the concept or objects that's presented, might be an actual pipe, the command stop, or a warning of radio activity. And also Charles Sanders Peirce, one of the founder of semiotics, categorized signs as of the three types, which Peirce added the third part, the interpretant, or what the audience makes of the sign, or the sense of what's actually communicated. We are surrounded by an infinite number of signs, and Peirce understood about this, and he offered many different principles for how to categorize them according to their three triadic elements. First is the representamen, the object, and the interpretant. Next, we shall talk about the Filipino Sign Language, which this is a sign language originating, of course, in the Philippines. And RA 1106, an act declaring the Filipino Sign Language as the national sign language of the Filipino DIF and the official sign language of government in all transactions involving the DIF, and mandating its use in schools, broadcast media, and workplaces. And Section 1 indicates that the title is also known as the Filipino Sign Language Act. Basically, this lesson talks about the origin of language and the signs and symbols, of course, by the use of our language, and also the last one, which is the RA 11106, which emphasizes the Filipino language as a sign language in the Philippines. It also signifies that those who have the disability would be given that opportunity to learn despite the situation that they are in. I would like to also express my takeaways in this subject, and I learned that despite the old stories about the origin of a language, we should also have that eagerness to learn and know about this story, and also have time to understand and comprehend how our language is being originated and how it is being expressed in a different way. And also when it comes to signs and forms, at times we wouldn't understand when we just look at it with our eyes without even realizing what it is meant for. But because of the symbols, we are being reminded of something such as the word stop in the road, where people will be reminded to stay on the lane, to control the way you drive in order to avoid accident. Talking about the RA 11106, where our Filipino language is the sign language here in the Philippines, and I appreciate that because despite those who have the hearing disability, they will be given the chance to learn and will be given the opportunity to understand the the things that are happening here in our society, and with that they also need people who would give them the um, interpretations about these situations and some circumstances that they wanted to understand.